petition.
Petition. Yes, Mr. Mojumdar, where is your difficulty?
But I'm telling a lordship, Lord, so far as the SBI case is concerned, my lord, the public servants are involved. So, my lord, we have taken sanction also to that extent and sanction also applied. But the difficulty is this, my lord, I'm telling a lordship, but there is your lordship knows about the Rajesh Agarwal sir. But it says, Lord, before declaring a account fraud, ODL item has to be there. Lord, they have to give an opportunity of that. Now, my lord, the first instance when they have written a letter to us to file an FIR, but now this, my lord, the problem we are, my lord, facing that if we register an FIR and after that, as per the Supreme Court judgment, my lord, Rajesh Kumar Agarwal's judgment, if my lord, the ODL concept is there, then if after my lord, hearing the borrowers, if the bank feel that this is not, my lord, the account cannot be declared as a fraud, then my lord, entire procedure will be initiated before.
So, irrespective of that, if there is a civil case and if there is a criminal case, Rajesh Agarwal dealt with a situation where there were civil consequences. Criminal consequences were not dealt with.
Only difficulty is this. Suppose we are trying to visualize this situation. But when, as per the Rajesh Agarwal judgment, that if the bank give them an opportunity of hearing regarding declare the account.
No, but that is a different aspect. Why are you sending it for sanction to the state government? I'm not bothered about.
No, but sanction, your lordship's judgment is very clear. I have gone to your lordship's judgment, and subsequently this judgment also followed.
Justice,
Honorable Supreme Court.
Good as hell in A. Satish.
She has decided that issue.
So why I am on the point of why are you sending it for sanction? Why to the state government? You tell me. These cases are basically on the issue relating to sending it to the state government for sanction. You take your office.
I am not passing any comment to that extent, Lord.
I am telling you one thing.
I am aware of your lordship's
it is for the
investor's case. Lord, your lordship has decided long back, and subsequently, very recently, Supreme Court also, my lord.
So I am holding that wherever the investigating officer feels, you will be conducting a preliminary inquiry.
Yes.
Wherever you feel there is, you deal with the bank authorities concerned.
Yes.
But this should not be the procedure that you will send it to the chief secretary and it will go in the garbage.
As your lordship.
To that extent, I am interfering. Rest you take a decision whether to register FIR or not to register FIR. But this
your lordship's para is para 58 and 59. Long back, your lordship has decided this.
And this has not been set aside. It's pending before the Supreme Court actually. And Satish Kumar's judgment is already there.
Already there.
Yes, Mr. Sen.
My lord, in this matter, this complaint was publication of fraud was 2020.
I am not entering into the fraud. That is the investigating officer's discretion.
But Rajesh Agarwal case doesn't apply. My first sentence.
I am not entering into. They are saying something. Submission is something different. Action is something different. I am not. If the investigating officer doesn't feel that a case is made out, that's a separate case. Now you have come at a stage when they are taking up the umbrella that since sanction is pending before the chief secretary, we are unable to do anything. So that is not the finding of the investigation, that because of Rajesh Agarwal, bank has not granted that opportunity of audio alterum partem. This is not the ground over here. Your investigating officer obviously is at liberty to think, apply his mind, take opinion, earn from the superiors, collect the materials, whether the same has been done in accordance with law, and then say. That's a different aspect totally.
Don't quote me, but my lord, I have long back your lordship decided this issue, and recently, my lord, the Supreme Court also decided.
This should be actually. How can? Otherwise, say all offices will be at Delhi. No offices will be at other states.
Para 58 of your lordship's judgment, your lordship categorically dealt with this point.
Asham, I'm
Satish Kumar also, if your lordship wants to rely on Satish Kumar.
I understand.
Also, Rajesh Kumar gave first line. No opportunity being heard. Finding. Or Rajesh Agarwal's case. But they are saying that to inquire it. So.
No, Milord, just I am telling your lordship. Milord, I am telling your lordship. So
I am not entering into the zone of Rajesh Agarwal. It is for you to clarify, but you have not taken up that point. That is the difficulty. What you are taking up is that Chief Secretary is not granting permission.
In lot of cases, CBI is facing only this problem so far as Rajesh Agarwal is concerned, on the first instance,
That is for the bank and you and the bank. That has got nothing to do
kindly
with.
clarify that. Kindly clarify that also.
That is not required. Other they will make it come. My lord.
No,
They will
no.
not do anything.
But perhaps, my lord, he is not, what I am saying.
Sir,
he
what
not
is the
following-
difficulty is that before declaring a person fraud, you have got to give an opportunity. That's a different aspect of the matter. And if
What type of observation is saying?
No, I'm not trying to visualize the situation.
I am recording, Mr. Mujumdar, your submission.
Yes.
I'm saying that the cause of action in this case is not the same. I'm saying that since the plea taken up by the SBI is that the communications which are that it is pending for sanction from the chief secretary is not applicable to public sector undertakings, nationalized banks which are in the but up to that only, nothing more than that. It will now for the CBI to proceed with the investigation, to proceed in accordance with law, not in accordance with law. Thereafter, you check, you will ask the bank authorities that whether they have given the opportunity of hearing, declare it to be, that is between you and the bank.
Initially, I was also not agree with my officer's view, but subsequently, when I applied his mind, I find that in the first instance, if bank says, if the SBI says you register, this is the complaint, you please register the FIR.
What you do, Mr. Mojumdar, that is between you and the bank. State government has got nothing to do with it.
That is true.
Simply, I'm clarifying that part
As
only.
your lordship.
You ask them that comply with Rajesh Agarwal and lodge the complaint.
Yes.
That is, you will ask the complainant to do.
Yes.
But chief secretary will not grant sanction.
Law is very settled to that extent.
Lord, may I just say one thing?
কি হলো টাকা নিয়ে
Lord, I am RBI. Lord, I am not the borrower. But I am just saying that the declaration of fraud is by as per the circular, my lord. The declaration is done by RBI after hearing everyone. But there is no challenge regarding that whether the declaration of fraud is wrong or not.
এ বাবা সিবিআই কে অপোজ করছে
No, no, I am saying
হ্যাঁ
that
কি
there is
অবস্থা
no.
হ্যাঁ?
Well, there is
আর
no-
ঠিক আছে আমি ঠিক আছে
So far as FIR is concerned, my lord.
ওই আমি রাজেশ আগরওয়াল ক্রিমিনাল কেসে অ্যাপ্লাই করে কিনা আমার খুব ডাউট
Challenge whether he was wrong. Borrower is not challenge never come up.
চলো চলো
CBI is challenge.
I am telling, Milord, kindly visualize the situation.
আই আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড ওই বেকার কাজ
Tomorrow they sit with the borrower and say this
আচ্ছা
is not a
পিটিশনার
fraud.
অলরাইট
Then what the CBI
who
will
is
do?
along with SBI who has come
Super match, my lord. Night.
no and another SBI and another
3, 4, and 7.
উফ জ্বালাতন সকালবেলা রিজিনাল ম্যানেজার একই আচ্ছা the petitioners being State Bank of India and its regional manager has approached the escort being aggrieved by the act and action of the respondent number 5 full stop the response which has been received by the petitioner from the respondent number 5 is to the extent that okay. Where is that communication you have received from the CBI? Page 20. 20. আচ্ছা কি বললাম?
The response which has been received by the petitioner from the respondent number 5 is to the extent that
Is
to the extent that
that since the sanction is pending with the Additional Chief Secretary, Home and Hill Affairs, Government of West Bengal, the CBI SEB Kolkata is not in a position to proceed with regard to the complaint dated 6/4/2022. Full stop. The same has been signed by the DIG and head of branch CBI SEB Kolkata. In acha Mr. Mojumdar, next paragraph. Mr. Mojumdar, Lane DSGI, refer us to the judgment end of Rajesh Agarwal. Ki as State Bank of India, give me the judgment, sir.
Yes.
Acha. State Bank of India and others versus Rajesh Agarwal and others. versus লিখেছো রাজেশ আগরওয়াল এখন reported in 2023 6 SCC1 full stop. আচ্ছা, the said judgment do not refer to any circumstance where the permission of the state government or its officers are required for the CBI to register cases to register FIR in proper cases. So far as the parameters of of Rajesh Agarwal Supra is concerned, that is intercede between the bank and the CBI, and the state government has no role to play in the same. Accordingly, according to this court earlier in Vinay Mishra versus CBI and others, 2021 SCC Online Cal 2160 has already laid down the law. Paragraph 58 of the said judgment is relevant, which reads as follows. Acha, the Honorable Supreme Court very recently in
Satish.
What was it? A Satish
CBI versus A Satish Kumar.
CBI versus A Satish Kumar
2025
has also dealt with similar circumstances and has been pleased to observe in paragraphs 25, 26, 27, 28 and 29 as follows. Full stop. In view of the aforesaid, CBI is not required to take any permission in respect of any public central government and offices, oblique public sector undertaking,
different states.
and or other public sector companies. Full stop. So far as the present case is concerned, if there are other issues, CBI, the concerned officer of the CBI will deal with the bank. But so far as the reasons so assigned by the DIG CBI in its communication dated 7/8/2024 to the regional manager State Bank of India is concerned, the same is not acceptable to the court. Accordingly, CBI is directed to proceed in accordance with law after they interact with the complainant or the responsible officer of the bank. And if they have any issues, it would be the bank who would answer the same whether there has been in compliance with the judgment of State Bank of India versus Rajesh Agarwal. Full stop. With therefore say 8 observations. Yes. No, how can that be, sir? No, but the last part has been dealt.
Yes.
There is a single line which will be creating a problem for the CBI.
But kindly see para 39 and 40 once. Para 39 and 40. But kindly see para 39 and 40. First minute, kindly see para 39 and 40. The chapter 8 of the master direction of frauds provide detailed procedure to be followed by the bank, forming an opinion to proceed with a criminal complaint against the borrowers. Under the said chapter, the lender
is after they have to be satisfied. Thereafter, they will give it.
Yes.
Classification of the borrower's account does not simply lead to reporting of criminal complaint. There's a clear disjunctive.
That is one part. What is the fate? If today we registered the case and tomorrow in compliance with Rajesh Agarwal, if the fraud cannot be is withdrawn.
Sir, a new system has been introduced by this was not in there in the. Can it be prospective, sir? And this was not in any procedure, sir.
Yes.
This is a judgment made law. try to judgment made law. Huh?
And they're saying every case we are trying asking them to comply with it. Now tomorrow if they say this is not fraud, then where the CBI will go? Enter investigation. Your lordships knows the manpower of CBI is very limited.
So this is a procedure which is correct to that extent. How will the bank know in 2000? There is no law to that extent.
No.
This is a judgment made law.
Yes.
The judgment end was delivered, I believe, March 27, 2023.
Right.
The complaint relates to 2022.
Yes.
So how will they follow that?
No. Now enter discretion in upon them. Now we have asked them please follow Rajesh Agarwal so that there for avoid any complication.
When have you said them?
It was informed them, Lord. It was this is accused. Don't quote me, but this is our policy decision now. That in so far as these cases are concerned, we are asking the bank you follow Rajesh Agarwal and come.
Suppose the bank is unable to trace the person concerned, borrower concerned. This is maximum.
Taking interest. Borrower, your lordship knows.
Maximum cases, what happened at this? Try to understand the ground reality. Maximum cases, borrowers are not traceable. They are enjoying the money, they are running.
My lord, he left. And the borrower is not coming.
You understand?
If they don't come, then the fraud will be, my lord, it will subsist. Then fraud will subsist.
Sir, one thing is this, you have got to say that you have declared this to be a fraud account.
Yes.
Sir.
No, my lord. Reserve Bank guidelines was there in 1960. Accordingly, fraud was declared. And Reserve Bank accepted it. Accordingly, 2021, the perpetration of fraud was made. 22, we reported to the CBI.
So that's what a different reason they were sitting on the matter.
No, by the 2024, what I submitted, 2024, the new judgment came. Judgment specifically states no opportunity of being heard is required before FIR is lodged. And by saying this, my lord, again will keep pending.
Very good. You declare it to be a fraud account, sir.
It will not. It is not required.
RBI has declared. Not RBI. The bank borrower bank has to declare.
If RBI, you refer to the RBI letter.
For 2016.
Where is your complaint where you have referred this to be a fraud account? Tell me.
Yes. But kindly ask them.
Where? Complaint, show me.
As per the circular, my lord, bank declares it fraud.
Yes.
I have given a circular. The circular is followed by the bank. The bank, upon hearing the
Where is your complaint, sir?
complaint, my lord?
Yes.
Complaint about?
আরে এখন হাতে দিলে হবে where in the show me the line where you have declared it to be a fraud account.
Fraud, that time fraud is detected. We have to report.
not
Specific
declared.
format is there. We report to the fraud to the RBI.
RBI.
And then RBI said,
So you give it to
that
the
format is here.
which is the complaint you forwarded to the CBI.
This is the complaint, my lord.
Yes.
So what is the accusation? Only NPA.
No.
Then what?
He perpetrated fraud. He is a proprietorship.
Where is that written over there?
They did not declare the account to be fraud, my lord. To be very honest, my lord, kindly see it once.
RBI will declare it. We have to report to the RBI.
Now the new judgment has come into force. Now you have to declare it as a fraud account.
That judgment is prospective, gentlemen.
Which line, sir?
Paragraph this paragraph. That system was there, but 2016 circular I have brought it that you have to report fraud in a prescribed format. I will report the format of fraud.
But for public servant it is not required, sir.
My lord.
For public servant it is not
No,
required.
my lord, that's why I told you, lordship. So far as SBI's case is concerned, public servant is.
So this is not required in this case.
UBI, my lord, there is no public
UCO I'm coming. So as this case is concerned, this observation is not required. Since the public servant is already involved, which they have quoted over there.
You can quote that, my lord.
আচ্ছা কি বললাম লাস্টে?
This is a fraud, but page number 3, my complaint.
They communicated with the complainant or the responsible officer of the bank, and if they have any issue, it would be bank to we would answer the same whether there has been compliance with the judgment of
না ওটা দরকার নেই এটা ওইখানটা বলো এইখানটা লেখো since in the case of State Bank of India a public surveillant is involved, there is no impediment in the CBI progressing with the case if their prima facie is satisfied on a preliminary inquiry after
yes.
communicating with the bank.
Following the preliminary inquiry.
কি বললাম full stop. As such, CBI is directed to proceed in accordance with law in view of the observations made by the Honorable Supreme Court as well as this court. Full stop. Server copies. I কিছু দরকার নেই।
The submission of the bank may not be.
That for other case you have a good case. Why are you unnecessarily delaying that? You have a public servant involved. Gelo. Yes, UCO Bank. Come. 4 or 7.
Only 4 I am appearing. 7 কাকে সাফ করছি?
আচ্ছা, in
7 we have not.
so much. আগের দিকে নম্বরটা নিয়ে inadvertently in the order dated 8/6/2025, the number of the case has been wrongly recorded
7 টা পরে কর।
as WPA 28273 of 2024. The correct number should be WPA 28723 of 2024. ঠিক আছে? দিয়ে দিন স্টেট ব্যাংকের এটা ফেরত দিয়ে দিন। না না, ওটা ইউকো রাখুন, ওটাও স্টেট ব্যাংক কেন? দুটোই ইউকো আছে। Yes, 4 and 7 you are not appearing.
4 I am appearing, but 7 I did not get.
7, whom have you served?
We have served CBI.